Good morning. Welcome to Vlogmas Day 2. It is like almost 9 o'clock, quarter to 9, and I am getting on Clover's nerves this morning because I'm super late taking him on a walk, but I'm trying to edit and it's like going really slow. But I've done a bunch of stuff this morning. I actually, so for the last, I haven't said anything, hello. For the last few months, I have been feeling like my Dyson vacuum has been misbehaving. Like the floor attachment definitely was not working. It was like pulsing on and off, vroom, 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 and I wasn't able to use it. But I was able to use like the other attachments. And so yesterday, all the other attachments started doing the same thing. Vroom, 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 vroom. And I was like, oh no. Well, now I can't use this vacuum. And my husband and I were talking about it yesterday, and he was like, well, let's just buy a new one. He's always, I don't want to throw him under the bus, but he's always into the camp of like, oh, let's just replace it. Let's just buy a new one. Like money grows on trees. And I'm like, no, let's fix it. And so I'm thinking, do I really want to fix it? Do I want to buy a new one? I don't know. And this morning I'm like, how can a vacuum possibly go from working perfectly yesterday to being completely broken in like 5 seconds? I just can't accept that. And so I went on the Google and I just Googled Dyson animal pulsing on and off. Girl, you know that thing was clogged. It was clogged. I reached in there with like a tweezer. I grabbed the clog out. You're supposed to like take off the whole canister. I didn't do that. It was clogged. I got the clog out. Everything works perfectly now. It works perfectly now. Do not go and replace your vacuum right away. We gotta fix stuff. Anyway, I'm very happy with myself this morning. I'm like super pleased with myself this morning because I fixed it because, Lord, I was like, I took this plant out of the pot to put that tree in yesterday, and the sun is brutal, and it's so top heavy that the whole thing fell over on my plant shelf and spilled dirt and crap all over the floor here, and I couldn't vacuum it up. So I was like I was sweeping it up, I was just so frustrated, and I was like, there's no way the vacuum doesn't work. There's no way. And so I fixed the vacuum. So that has been the comedy of errors this morning. I feel like a little sick, but I feel a little sick every day. So I'm just gonna try to get over it, do a little neti pot, there's relax. I didn't get enough sleep, but there's nothing I can do about that now until tonight. And today's December 1st officially, and I get to open my Adagio Tea Advent calendar. I'm so excited. I got this a couple months ago. I haven't opened it yet at all, but maybe when I come back, we'll open it and we'll get our like tea for the day. But in the meantime, it's cold outside. It is cold. And if you don't live in New England, you don't know that it's been unseasonably, well, maybe you do. It's been unseasonably warm for the last few months. Like, it's been weird. Like, we still have roses blooming outside like crazy. But today, it's kind of cold. So I'm just dressed in like my cold dog walk gear. I have my big insulated sweatpants on. You can't see them, sweatpants on. These are like the most unsexy things ever, but they're bomb. And Clover and I are gonna take a walk. Clover says, stop fooling around, take me for a walk. Right, stop messing around, Mom. All right, I am back from the walk. I edited the first Vlogmas video that's supposed to go up today. I 100% feel like I've got something suspicious going on right here. Like I have like my tongue kind of is ticklish, if you know what I mean. You know that feeling? We're gonna hope and pray that we don't have any like upper respiratory infection. I feel okay. I either feel allergic or something's going on. But I have been feeling this way for like weeks now, off and on. Like My eyes are also like really dry and irritated. I don't know what's going on, but we're gonna pray, and we're gonna steam, pray, neti pot, all that. Editing took a really long time. I hate that it took so long. So I'm in my office. I have turned the heat on because it is like 69 degrees in here, which is, I think, a little too cool for a lot of my plants. Well, it's not. I think they can handle it if it's down to 60. I have killed the ficus that I bought 3 weeks ago, so I cannot care for this family of plants. I have had a few ficuses and I have killed them all. They do not thrive in my care. And that's just a matter of fact. This was so cute, and then one day I noticed it needed water, but I forgot. This was Ficus pumila, also known as string of frogs. This was honestly the cutest thing you've ever seen, and now she's gone. This is dead. Like, it's dead. It was so cute. I hate this family of plants. Why can't I keep them alive? I hate it. In the meantime, this is doing really well. It's got a bunch of new leaves, and they all look really beautiful. The leaves that originally came with it are all they're all coming off the plant, but the new leaves are coming in beautiful and lovely, nice and dark pattern, except for that one. But this one looks gorgeous. This one's getting thirsty again, so I better water that before the end of the day. Anyway, I got some holiday treats, and I've had these for like a month. And I'm just waited for the holiday season to open them. I got a whole pack of sugar-free chocolates from Choc Zero. I bought them. They didn't give them to me. And they are like the holiday flavors. So I'm really excited to have a little treat with my tea, because we're gonna open our advent calendar as well. So the holiday flavors are eggnog. So excited about this one. So cute. Nutcracker with peanuts and caramel. White peppermint, which will be really fun. And not sugar cookie, because it doesn't have any sugar in it, but it'll probably taste like sugar cookies. I'm really excited. I don't know which one I want to open today. I think the eggnog sounds so good. Well, it depends on what we get in our tea advent calendar. I got an advent calendar from Adagio Tea. Look at the back, so cute. This one made a really cute gift. All right, I'm gonna open it. It's a gift to myself. All right, Adagio Teas. It says, a countdown to the festive day. Tea's warm embrace will lead the way. With flavors rich, our hearts take flight. Enjoy season's sweet delight. So open these doors with joy and grace. Find sips of enchantment in every place. In each numbered box, we find a new treat. With Adagio Teas, each day's taste is sweet. That was so cute. That's real cute. All right. You cute, Adagio. Ooh, oh, it's so cute. Look at it. That is adorable with the little deer. That's so cute. I have never had an advent calendar. Not one. So this is my first advent calendar, even through the days of the beauty YouTube where everybody's buying makeup and they had, remember, well, I guess they still make those, like, you know, two-faced advent calendar, and you'd reach in and you'd get like a little lipstick or something. No, I never did that. I was never into that. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna need all those products. But I wanted so much to get on the advent calendar train because it just looks so fun. And I was like, I'm just gonna get something consumable, like tea. That way there's no clutter. Because I don't like clutter. You know I don't. Anyway, let's go to number 1. It's the first day of December. I'll stick my finger in there. Right? Pull off. I'm trying to be neat about it. Why does it matter? I don't think it matters. Okay, I'm just gonna reach in and grab it. Today's tea is, you can get loose tea or tea bags. I think I got tea bags just to make my life easier. Turmeric Bliss. Ooh. And it's herbal, so we're not gonna be up all night. But yeah, Turmeric Bliss. We will make a cup of this, and if I'm having Turmeric Bliss, do I want a not sugar cookie treat with my tea? And we'll have like a tea chat. Yeah, I'll do that. All right, let's do it. This is so fun. 24 days of tea. I'm so happy. I keep telling you, I don't buy like things for myself that are like fun and cute and sort of stupid, but I've started doing that now, and I don't regret it. I do not regret it. Like, what was the thing I bought for myself that oh yeah, the Alarmo. I love that thing. It's so fun. I literally hardly ever turn the alarm on because I'm not an alarm person. I wake up every day at like 5 a.m. But I still love the clock. And it's got an hourly chime on it, so like every hour it's like, it's either like Pikmin sounds or Zelda sounds. Now I have to turn it off like into the morning. Sometimes I turn it on during the day because my husband doesn't like it happening. If it happens like 6 in the morning, he's still in bed. He's like, that's so irritating. But it's still fun. All right, let's make some tea and we'll have a chat. This smells so good. Here's the tea bag. Oh my, I cannot describe, okay, I can describe to you how it smells. It's, of course it smells like turmeric, but it smells orangey and some kind of like berry flavor. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, the berry flavor I'm detecting is like pepper, so I'll read to you the ingredients of the tea. Apple, rosehip, turmeric, cinnamon, ginger, orange, natural flavor, who knows what that is, marigold, mango, and pepper. I'm very excited to taste it. Okay, I have let it steep. I have let this steep for probably 5-7 minutes or something, so it's a nice amber color. And this is a cute little cinema roll mug that I got from a store in Boston, actually. So cute. And here we go. Ooh, it's multi-layered flavor. So it started out like a bit sweet and then got spicy at the end. Really mild, nothing too like powerful. Yeah, the pepper spicy kick at the end, that's pretty good. And I have my little Chalk Zero. This is the sugar cookie, not sugar cookie, chocolate. Oh, it's so cute. It's white chocolate with some little sprinkles in it. It does taste like a sugar cookie. And I don't know how to feel. So today is December 1st when I'm filming this, and it is a pretty significant milestone for me today. 1 year ago, I decided to completely begin abstaining from alcohol. I have been questioning my relationship with alcohol since the pandemic, as many people, other people have as well. And I just wanted to tell my story like really quickly. And I think that it's a really important day for me and maybe an inspiring one for you. Again, and not judgmental if you currently still drink alcohol or do whatever. I decided that for myself, it was the best decision I could make for my health, my mental health, and my physical health. I did not really partake in a lot of drinking activities until I was 21. I think the first thing I did was go to Applebee's and get one of those like frozen mudslide cocktails or something. And I really didn't drink a lot in college. I drank a little bit in graduate school, a little bit more. And alcohol was never really off limits to me as far as like I could taste a little bit of it. My parents didn't make it, they didn't want to make it seem like something so contraband and so like restricted that I would, you know, want to taste it so badly when I could. So they would always let me like taste a little bit of their wine or beer. Not enough to do anything, but just taste a little bit so that I was not like super curious. And so I wasn't really super curious, and I didn't really drink a whole lot until maybe I had a really major breakup in like my mid 20s. And I remember I had one of those office jobs, and I came home from the office job every evening after my breakup, and I would make myself like a cosmopolitan and just be sad. And it was kind of like a sad activity for a while. It never really became a huge issue for me, and I even got into like gourmet cocktail making, and I thought, it was really fun to make all these different kinds of cocktails. And I never felt great in the middle of the night after I would drink like more than a couple glasses of wine or have more than a couple cocktails. And so I never really drank more than that. I was really very conservative. When the pandemic happened, I was like everybody else in the entire world, was very stressed. And so my husband and I both started to like go out. We would buy groceries and then we would buy wine because we were home, and why not? And we were just bored and needed something to do. And I was so bored that I would like drink wine while I was making dinner. And it just became over time something that was habitual. And around like 5 o'clock, I would start feeling like, oh my gosh, it's almost wine o'clock. Getting ready for wine o'clock. And I didn't think that was a good place to be. I never really drank that much. I drank maybe like a couple glasses and then I would go to bed. But it was like getting to be pretty much every evening. And I think that I was like, you know what, that's too much. Because when I go to the doctor, they would say, how much do you drink? And if it was more than like 2 drinks a week, that was like excessive drinking. And I was like, wow, really? And so I was like, well, maybe I should cut down a little bit. And attempts to do that would result in me just going back to my regular habitual, like making dinner, glasses of wine, and sort of wind down activities in the evening. And at some point I realized, or it started happening as I got older, these like glasses of wine would interfere with my ability to have a good night's sleep. I felt like shit in the middle of the night. And I would get up in the morning, feel like complete shit. And I would sometimes miss my workout the next day. It just wasn't good. So I wasn't really tolerating it well anymore. It did take one podcast, and you know which one I'm going to say if you've seen it. It's the Andrew Huberman podcast about alcohol. There's a number of things that are problematic about Huberman aside from that, but a lot of the information that he gives in that podcast, it's a 2-hour podcast about how alcohol affects your body, what it is, etc. And that kind of did it for me. I was like, oh, there really is nothing good about any of it. And so I didn't make a conscious decision, really. It just so happened that November 30th was the last time I had a glass of wine. After that, I was like, well, I guess I'm good now. You never want to think about your relationship with alcohol being problematic, but in my case, I feel like it was a little bit. Like the first 3 weeks of not having a drink at all, and it was just something that happened. I didn't plan on December 1st is going to be the first day. No, I just stopped. The first 3 weeks were kind of unpleasant. Like I was just like, well, I'm making dinner and I'm like not having as much fun making dinner, right? That was like, I was kind of sad about it, but I knew that it was going to be the best thing for my health ultimately, mental health and physical health ultimately, to if not stop permanently, but to take a break. And I decided that my break would be 30 days. And after 30 days to see what happened after that. And I just never stopped the break. I was like, well, if I can do 30 days, I can do 60 days. That was kind of the same strategy I did with myself when I stopped eating the refined sugar. Now I'm not a purist. Like if someone offers me like a cookie, like maybe once a month, I might try it and be like, oh, it tastes good, like great. But I don't crave it. It's not something I really want now sugar tastes very cloyingly sweet to me. But I did titrate it out of my life because it's something I was really used to. And I was like, well, first I gotta stop, you know, eating blah, 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 blah. And then I'm like, well, I gotta substitute blah, 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 blah. So I just kind of tried to really filter things out little by little so that I didn't feel like such a dramatic shift. With alcohol, I had to sort of just be an all or nothing kind of gal. But I noticed that I felt so much better after 30 days of not having any alcohol in my system. I never missed a workout. Well, I missed a couple of workouts, but I missed fewer workouts. I didn't have any more anxiety. That's like sort of the anxiety you get after you have alcohol or you have a hangover. By the hangover, I do not miss at all. The hangover is the worst thing that humans experience. I feel like one of the worst things, and I don't miss that at all. And I'm going to tell you right now, my sleep, the sleep is so good. I think it took me close to a year to sort of get good sleep again. I wear an Apple Watch pretty much all the time. And so it sort of measures how well you sleep. I don't know how accurate it is, but it can measure how well you sleep by, you know, how fast you're breathing, how fast your heart rate is, how much you're actually moving around. And I get way more deep sleep. I have a way more efficient sleep, and I feel less anxious. I have always been a really anxious person, right? Super anxious. And drinking was not helping. It was not helping. So I am now 1 year completely sober. I don't indulge in any, pretty much any mind-altering substances because I just want to be fully present for whatever the world has to offer me. Again, no judgment if you do, but I just feel like for me, I want to be fully present as much as I can, and it's been really good. If you've been thinking about it for a while, this is your permission, if you need it, to sort of give it a try. I always say, like, you can do anything for 30 days. Like, you can do anything for 30 days, trust me. And if you feel like you need to keep it up after that, that's fine. I feel like at least taking a break from alcohol is worth doing if you have any questions about what your relationship with alcohol is. If you've had any questions, nothing needs to have happened, right? Nothing ever needs to have happened. Like, it doesn't look like, you know, it looks a certain way in the movies and it looks a certain way on TV. Nothing ever has to have happened. You could be living a very functional life and still have questions and still maybe would want to explore doing something about that. And because I feel like the littlest questions that you could possibly have are valid questions that you should sit with yourself with. And I don't miss it at all. I don't miss it. I've made viable substitutes, and when I'm out, I don't feel pressured to indulge. I kind of just, I have like the same fun I did before I stopped, and I feel better. Kind of the only downside was I think that a lot of the calories I was consuming came from like alcohol. Well, not a lot of the calories, but a lot of the extra calories I was consuming came from alcohol. So I lost more weight than I wanted to when I stopped alcohol. So I kind of had to make that up in different places, and then don't always succeed. So I'm working on it. So that is the tea with that. Speaking of tea, I mean, I had to, whenever you like stop something or quit something, you probably need to replace it with something else. So tea and coffee have been my go-to sort of substitutes, I guess, for the no longer having the wine at dinner kind of deal. And I've been really enjoying it. I've been enjoying like herbal teas like this one, black teas, green teas, matcha, white tea. Well, I don't indulge in white tea very much, and it's like kind of expensive and finicky. But you know, I do enjoy the coffee Love the coffee. I guess coffee is like the only really mind altering. Is coffee a mind altering something? I don't think it's a mind altering something. It's definitely a stimulant. Coffee is pretty much as hard as I go right now. I mean, do not take coffee away. You cannot take coffee away. In other news, I am absolutely, hopelessly, and probably late to the party addicted to TikTok. I'm toying with the idea of actually creating content on TikTok. It may be too late, but like whatever. I don't freaking care. I'm late to the party on everything. It just seems like a lot of fun, but it also seems scary as hell. Like the over 40 TikTok seems cool, but like the rest of TikTok's kind of scary, if you know what I mean. Like over 40 and up TikTok cool, and I love when my TikTok algorithm gets like kind of local, like when there's like Boston TikToks. I love that. But I don't know, seems kind of scary. But I think it would be fun. And what is life if you're not doing scary things? So right now, I feel like I'm gonna end the vlog here. I feel like I have one more thing to do today. I want to just prepare the porch for wintertime. I'm gonna shut down the porch for the season. That's so sad. Cause it's like 30 degrees, well, it's 38 degrees, which is too cold to be like hanging out there with like a cup of coffee or something. So I think it's done, son. I think we're gonna cover not couch, but we're gonna cover the bench. We're just gonna clean it up, and we're gonna shut her down for the season. I think I can bring my potted plants inside, and they might survive. I don't know. We could do that. This tea is real good.